But I recorded it, so I just missed it. Nice throw. Nice. Good distance there.
Gonna do the cable pot. Basically, take it, you gotta flip it over and make it go straight.
For men's class, for this beginning men's class, it'll be usually try not to go over. Sometimes it'll be as much as 80, but they try not to. Yeah. There's two parts to this event. You have to learn how to pick it, and then you have to learn how to like balance it and turn it. So,
yeah, that seems like the hardest part is to actually get it to flow.
Picking it is its own. It's a head game.
Yeah.
So you have to build confidence that you can pick it, and then you have to.
Because initially, when you get it off the ground, it's got to feel like 1,000 pounds.
Well, see, so he's doing it closer to the way I do it. You lock your fingers, you slide down. You only get so far.
Right.
You have to pinch it in, you can pop it up, and catch your hand.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's it, Jonathan.
Almost.
It's almost like a trying to relate it to something I'm familiar with. It's almost like a much more complicated finger stick.
Yeah. And it's like he had one of the better picks because he actually put his hips down. All the other guys just dropping the hips.
Oh, nope. It tipped over.
If you're setting them up.
Oh, please tell me I did not miss that. Do they weigh about the same or are they different weights?
They all different weights.
Weights, okay. So they got to go progressively heavier?
Yeah, for the group.
Okay.
Most of these guys, this is their first game. About half of them is their first game.
Okay.
Couple other ones they've done maybe one or two. So they'll have a much lighter caber than the men's group over here. They will have one of the heavier ones.
Oh, so that's what the pole is called, the caber?
That's my logo that Tommy made up for me. So I use for stuff.
That's cool.
So I'm hoping this Sunday, I'm going to get big enough again. They can make another one.
Yeah.
I've talked to him about he makes good punches like all the time. Because you can see it online. In Gaelic, it's lift hard, live easy.
Oh, that's cool.
So, and that's what my other kid I have it embroidered. So I got like embroidered file made. I was gonna make my own hat.
Oh. You got it about at 12 o'clock.
Yeah, that's what. So I was going over it. What am I gonna do? Should I get a sticker?
Need to always do their jobs when I don't have
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Oh.
I was shocked that Jibbs got to me. Yeah, I was not counting on that. What was that? Jameer Gibbs. Yeah!
Hey, you got it over. So it looks like they raised the bar. They're raising the bar more at the moment, see? Yep, now they're raising it much higher now from what it was, right about where the ropes were at, right there where those ropes. Now they went up a little higher, so now they have to put a lot more effort in there. So it looks like they're still measuring this. Well, it looks like pretty much like a shot put to me. Oh, they're measuring all the. Whoa! Someone almost just did it. He hit the pole, it looks like.
You just want to go right here?
Comes the next contestant. So now he's doing it. See there. Yep, he got it over. Nice. Good distance there.
Running Grey Tail. They caught him by the rope and left poor Maggie scarce a stump. Melon's tail at Bruce Charade. They look man and mother's son. Tappy. When they're to drink, you're in time. For curry sauce, run in your mind. I'm looking at you. Think you may buy Joey's over here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Tom O'Shanter. There.
We're so happy looking around here today, seeing so many people here, lots of things to do. If you do keep an eye on your program, we do make announcements, but obviously that'll be our main stage over there where the band, the Sugar Crickets, will be playing shortly. Fire in the Glen will be here later in the afternoon. As well, as you can see, we have all our clans here in the middle. Please check out their displays. Down in the far southwest corner will be the sheep and duck herding, which I know especially you youngins are gonna like, okay? So there are 4 presentations there. The first one of those is at 12:05, but he's doing things about every hour, okay? Of course, you have the great Highland Games going on here all afternoon, and that's a great thing to watch. The sheep, the cavers, the rocks, so certainly enjoy that. We thank the District and Philadelphia Band here for playing today again, and they'll lead the procession here in a few minutes. So again, if you have questions, check out here. This is the spot to check out if you're not sure where something's going on. This festival is held for that church up there in the hill, that building. The Covenanter Presbyterian Church was built in 1754. It was modeled in the mid-1800s, and then there was a schoolroom added on. The Covenanters are a group of Presbyterians that really didn't care for the king. That would be an understatement. And So they were for the revolutionary cause, all right? And so this festival, we raise money to restore and maintain that building. We actually are hoping to have it get national historic recognition over the next 6 months. Hopefully when you look up here, you can say, man, it looks pretty good. Yep, just got painted a month ago. Nice paint job, and the shutters look beautiful. So there are tours up there. My father is the curator. He will bend your ear a little bit, but he has actual presentations going on there a couple times this afternoon. One of them at 1 o'clock, and the second one around 2:30. Okay, so feel free to check that out. All right, again, my name is John Gervin. I'm president of the foundation, but there are a lot of folks involved on our board that helped put this together, and we thank you again for all coming. I'm going to begin with a quick remark here from our local state representative, Brian Cutler. Right here.
Good afternoon and welcome everybody. I want to thank Mr. Gervin for inviting me here. I'm sorry, John. Mr. Gervin's your father. I apologize. But the Gervins have been wonderful leaders in this effort, both to preserve the church and our heritage here at the festival. I want to welcome everybody to the 100th District. I want to thank the athletes and the bands for coming and the clans. Certainly look forward to a wonderful day with this wonderful weather and hope that the rain holds out. So, John, another great job, and want to wish everybody well. And again, take the time, enjoy the history.
Before we have the Memorial Band, District and Philadelphia Band lead the procession, we're going to have an invocation here by Pastor John Barlow, also a member of our board.
Let us pray. Our Father in heaven, thank you for a beautiful day. Thank you for the Scottish Festival. Thank you for the wonderful Octorara Covenanter Presbyterian Church building and schoolroom up on the hill, maintained and supported by the proceeds. We ask your blessing on all our participants and spectators, vendors and performers. May we have a festival that brings joy to our hearts and yours. In all things, may Jesus Christ be praised. We ask in his holy name. Amen.
Amen.
So normally speaking, we would have a parade of the clans and the pipes would, and so we're going to ask the pipe band to go gather the clans, if you would, please. Thank you. Follow along on the side here, even though I'm not any of the clans. As they proceed, they'll fall in.
Great.
Thank you. At this time, we would ask all of you to remove your hats and prepare for the national anthem. The flag is actually over here at the corner of the speakers where I'm at, and we also have the flag where the flag carriers. So we're going to have the Star Spangled Banner, followed by Flower of Scotland by Ms. D. Miko.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red clear, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Oh, flower of Scotland, when will we see thy light again that fought and died for this weaved hill and glen that stood against him? Proud Edward's army had sent him homeward to think again. The hills are bare now, and autumn leaves lie thick and still o'er land that is lost now. those so dearly held that stood against him. Proud Edward's army, I sent him homeward, taking again. Those days are past now, and in the past they must remain, but we can still rise now and be the nation again that stood against him. Proud Edward's army, and sent him homeward, taking
Thank you very much. Now here's Donald for the presentation. So we're going to call the clans, and when I call you, call out your battle cry if you know it, or just cheer loudly if you don't. So here we go. And these are being done in alphabetical order. This does not imply any precedence one way or another. There will be no sword fights after we're done. Is everyone clear on that? Thank you. So we want to recognize the clans and organizations. The Armstrong and Border Reaver Heritage Society.
Invictus Maneo, I remain unvanquished.
Thank you. The Clan Bell Society.
They're not here, Donald.
Canadian Campbell Society of North America. I could have sworn I saw her somewhere. The Octorara chapter of the Daughters of the American Revolution. There they are, down there. Excellent. The Clandonacade Society.
One rules!
Yeah, there you go. American Clan Gregor Society. The Clan Gun Society.
War!
The Highland Society of Hartford County. Okay. Clan Hayes Society.
Hey! Hey! Hey!
Clan Morrison.
Donna Steve!
Oh, that guy knows what he's doing. That's awesome. Good job, buddy. Scottish Society of the Lehigh Valley. Moncheval, that's right. Clan McAllister Society.
Order!
Thank you, Bob. International Clan McFarland Society.
Watch Floyd!
That's more than one of you. The Clan Montgomery Society International. Clan Murray Society of North America. I hear them. They're down there. Clan Nesbitt or Nisbet. Okay. Scottish Society of Central Pennsylvania. Give a cheer wherever you are. Okay. And the Brotherhood of the Killed Veterans with our guard here.
Take that honor!
Okay, and now we've got something special this year. I believe Clan MacDougall Society of North America. Did I miss anyone else? I don't think I did. Okay, excellent, thank you. Okay, now we've got something interesting that Clan Gregor is about to do. And so we're going to ask Pete Drake to come up here for a moment. This is not known to many of us, but it's a special surprise.
Turn that iPad on. Yeah. Okay.
This is what you wanted to talk to me about, right?
Yeah.
Now, while we're waiting for them, let's give a cheer for the athletes. Athletes, give a holler. Yeah! We love watching you guys. And if I could do that stuff without rupturing myself, I'd try, but I've hurt myself far too many times doing stupid stuff, so. Okay, I'm gonna dismiss the color guard for right now so that they can, you're good? You're okay?
Color guard! Please come forward. Color guard. Oh, Just miss the color. Right face.
For those of you that don't know Jonathan, I've known him for many, many years, ever since I first started representing the American Clan Gregor Society. He's always been there to help with the Clan Gregor tent, to help with everything I needed. And I always wanted to have a way to show my appreciation to him. So on behalf of the American Clan Gregor Society, I have this certificate. I have this certificate. The American Clan Gregor Society proudly awards this challenge coin, number 3. It's only the third one ever given on us. To Jonathan Welch. Jonathan Welch is not a member of the society. He is a descendant of the Greg Set. Ever since I became ADC for Eastern Pennsylvania, he and his mother have attended every festival I've attended. He has always assisted the setup and takedown of the ACGS tent. At the now defunct McLean Highland Games in Carlisle, Pennsylvania, he would bring his bagpipe and play at the tent, bringing many attendees over to learn about Clan Gregor. He is extremely knowledgeable about the history of our clan, wears the McGregor's heart to every event, and has been raised as a McGregor and is very proud of his heritage. He has been one of the organizers of the Covenanter Scottish Festival and Highland Games since its inception, and assists me at the ACGS tent. His mother has made small McGregor garden boutonnieres to hand out to our visitors. Jonathan has assisted me at the Carlisle Games, the Covenanter Games, and the Fairhill Games for many years, always dressed in the McGregor kilt. He ensures that we have a good position in the parade of clans, although we weren't in front today. And proudly marches with us during the event. I'm proud to award him this challenge point and appreciate him for all he has done to support the ACGS and impart the knowledge and history of our clan and society.
That's another one that came to me in the middle of the night. Yeah. Need one for tea break.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. We're tea and coffee.
Oh, okay.
Yep. You do both.
All right.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, McCallum. No, Callum. His first name is Callum.
Yeah, can't remember his name.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I know who you're talking about.
What, somebody like that, I'm sure Michael Newton would do it. So we get somebody.
Yeah,
you know,
the C's are always hard, so it's un, da, tri, keher, koek, shia, shiak, ok, nui, jake.
Jake?
Jake, yeah.
Jake. Cool. Never knew the numbers in Gaelic.
What's your time frame? Yeah. You're talking about one publication per year at the end of the year.
So this is the language village?
Yes.
They're going to be doing a couple of presentations.
Yeah,
2
2
o'clock is the next one, right?
Yeah, 2 o'clock the next one is going to be poetry, and then 3:30 is the bull walking, and that's a really popular one.
Okay.
We'll be sitting around a table, pushing the clock, and singing.
Oh, okay, cool. Stick around for the poetry first. I know I'll butcher all that stuff. Falter or?
Yeah, Falcha Orders.
Falter or.
And that means welcome to you. So this is kind of welcoming you in.
Okay, cool.
And then that says be on off leave. That's blessings to you. So that's kind of on your way out.
Okay. So one way.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Avelu Plecha. Are you happy? Kimed Ahau, how are you?
Okay. Say that one again.
Kimed Ahau.
Kimed Ahau.
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 Yes.
Okay.
And then
Kimed
hiding
Ahau.
behind our speaker there is Ha'e Bria and Ju.
Oh, the TH is silent on that
It
one.
is. That actually set me back a long time. I tried to learn it somewhere else and I didn't realize it and it frustrated me. So yeah, the H mutates the letter before it. A lot of times it just makes it disappear. Yep. And Ha'i Bria and Ju means it is lovely today. So usually about the weather.
Okay.
Which is off and on true today.
Yeah.
Kotis Salvolcha. Kotis is a trip and Salvolcha is safe, so it's wishing someone safe journey.
Okay.
Hashin, Avala, and Tyler. We are from Baltimore.
Oh, wow.
Yep. Ford there. Hashin, Thick,
I gotta get used to that. That T is silent.
I know. So we are small but mighty.
Hashin.
Hashin, Thick, Ek, Food.
Oh my, wow, that last one.
It's a big one, yeah.
Slanta.
Slancha Bowl, which is big cheers. It's, you ever hear people hold up a glass and go slancha?
Slancha.
Yeah. Tapalet.
Usually got the Irish pose.
Yeah, they say it too.
Yeah.
Tapalet, that means thank you.
Tapalet.
Ko asahashu, that's how are you? Or I'm sorry, no it's not. It's where are you from?
Where are you from?
Ko asahashu.
Ko
Ahashu. It's that same ha that we blew your mind with over there.
Oh.
Want to get over here?
No, I'm good. Yeah.
And then Solum Kyo Yeniv. That means I like making music. That guy could say it probably right now. Hamiski means I am tired. Hamiguma.
Hamiski.
Yep, Hamiski.
Hamiski.
Yep.
I am tired.
Right here, he's playing. That's so funny that we just said that.
Yeah.
So he's playing. He
heard you.
He must have. Hamiguma means I am well. And then Skunyel, that means brilliant. Like the British always say brilliant everything. Yeah.
Cool. Tough language to learn.
You can do it.
So I hope you enjoyed a little bit of that lesson here in Gaelic, which is the language of both the Scots and the Irish as well. Speak Gaelic as well too. So, but this is more Scots version of it. So soon we'll be waiting for the poetry to start, and then we'll be recording that as well. And again, I hope you enjoyed this bit of culture shock in a way. If you're not familiar with Scottish culture, you didn't have to go to Scotland to learn it. You can come here and learn it here at this event. I mean, they have a lot of other events like this around the country as well, in the state as well. I know the PA Renaissance Fair does an event similar to this, but much bigger scale.
Examples of it, so you can sort of hear it, and that. These are some books that we have over here that you could, if you became interested in this, you could take pictures of. One of them is called The Harp's Cry, and it focuses on 17th century Scottish Gaelic poetry. And the other is this one, Lost of the Flame, that focuses on 18th century. And then there is this one that talks specifically about North American Gaelic song poems from the 18th century and the 20th century. And this is specifically a collection about the North American literature. Then you get books like these that are modern poets. This one from mid-20th century, and then Marcus Malcolm Turner from the 21st century. And there's definitely a connection between them as they go over the course of time, but there's also a lot of differences that have kind of developed. So when you are in the 17th century, you have a major change in Highland society that's happening each one. The 17th, the 18th, 19th centuries, the 20th centuries, they all represent some big shift that's occurred. And something has affected Highland society, and something has affected the nature of the poetry in Highland society. So in the 17th century, you have a shift from a really highly structured classical form of poetry that was specific to highly trained bards to a more vernacular poetry. So up to the beginning of the 17th century, you've always had a vernacular tradition, and you've always had this highly trained, very elite form of poetry based in Old Irish. It's not the kind of Gaelic that was spoken by the common people. They were highly trained. It was highly complex. It was very formulaic. It was a complex rhyme schemes. They were hired by aristocrats, and they were maintained by aristocrats. And a lot of what they did was to build up the society that they lived in. They did eulogies. They praised a lot of Highland leaders. They praised the area. They wrote about the country, and that was a large part of what they did. And the complex rhyme schemes were such. It's not like we think of rhyme today, where you have rhymes at the end of a sentence constantly. For those guys, they would have considered that something children did, not something that a professional poet did. But right alongside them was always a vernacular tradition. The language of the people, a form of poetry, a form of literary expression that people gave to their lives. Well, by the time, once you get into the early part of the 17th century, England has now conquered parts of Ireland. They have broken up the old system. They went after the trained bards, who were considered leaders, cultural leaders of the people at the time. That system began to disintegrate. It didn't completely disintegrate in the 17th century. Do I need it? Do we need it?
When they pipe up.
They
yes.
pipe up? Okay. I can't really hear myself. So it didn't completely disintegrate, but it came much lower. You had far fewer of these poets, out there. And what did happen though is, for the first time, the vernacular poetry, the vernacular songs, the vernacular expression came into clear focus. Before that, what we have a record of is mostly the highly trained bards. By the time you get to the 17th century, though, you are now seeing manuscripts that compile some of the vernacular work that's there. And the largest part of that vernacular work were song poems. I wouldn't say just songs, because it was really poetry meant for music. So they were very long, but not like what we consider, poetry to be today. It also started to expand what they wrote about. Many of them were still writing about eulogies. Like one of the most, as you get to the 18th century, one of the most famous eulogies, I think, of the 45 was Mulroon Gael, my fair young love. Written by a woman eulogizing her husband, who died at Culloden, who was the daughter of a armorer, and who was also married to an armorer, and who had been a servant, in the house of the chief. So somebody like that was a well-known village poet. They weren't necessarily these patronized, supported by aristocrats, but they were known in their own areas. So for the first time, you get that kind of poetry, coming into focus. So by the time you enter the 18th century, you still now have a few of these highly trained poets that are still in people's houses, but you don't have as many anymore. And once you get past 1715 and in that rebellion crushing, and it was by an extremely famous poet of the mid-20th century named Sorley MacLean. And Sorley was a teacher on an island, and he was very prominent in helping get Gaelic poetry into the mainstream. He Cardinal Snai. So he was a very, very prominent person in Portugal. And you can hear a beautiful, beautiful rendition of this by Julie Ballas. Unruined. Poishik ni kucha li nahusha, amui ritu vakuan. Mashing kona akba isha, aputra totenboam. I walked with my reason out beside the sea. We were together, but it kept a little distance from me. Anshin hondi di akra, averi sur, bilkur. Kugavel de gul galaran, aposa tajadur. Then it turned, my reason. Is it true you heard that your fair, beautiful love is marrying early on Monday? Bach mi en kriya vakiri, nam broila rupchulua is korishmi. Hami kincha, karson budrakabawam. I checked the heart that rose in my torn, swift breast and said, most likely, why should I lie? Kimara swin, black, hot rolling, buak, poor. Devin Ori is Karini, Burkila Namafo. How should I think I would seize the radiant golden star, that I could catch it and put it prudently in my pocket? Hadikat Vishka Bas Kurangasi, Nomination, Free, Aspan, is Kimishin Di Dura, Little Jewish Ur and die. I did not take across his death in the sore extremity of Spain, and how could I expect the one new gift of fate? Hadalenni, Atantia Prium, if Ilso Koran is Kimishin of Quinity, they are in it right. I followed only a way that was small, mean, low, dry, and lukewarm. And how then should I meet the thunderbolt of love? For that, rowing, is me, Milesa Veranach. Aiden, Anan, Anil, the Veranach, the spirit is Piasvan. But had I the choice again and stood on that headland, I should leap from heaven or hell with a whole spirit at heart. So here you have this poet, or modern poet, beating himself up, essentially, because he wanted to marry someone who married someone else. And he's saying that it happened because I wasn't bold enough. You know, he's saying that whole bit about across his death, he didn't go fight the fascists in Spain. He didn't join the International Brigade like his friends did. He stayed teaching on his island. And she married one of these others, you know, that did this. So he's saying, I lived a lukewarm life, small and mean. And, but if I had the choice again on Roy, then I would leap. You know, I would do it with a full heart. So that's one. And we skip again now to Rui Macomish. Rui Macomish is considered probably the Gaelic poet who opened up Gaelic poetry to free verse. This one is called Almzavalabati, in the quiet morning. Almzavalabati, Faklar and Hain Poland, Va'agut Akfosh, Asurani, is Ahiog, Bachel, Gila, Gach, Le Chaknata, Karich, San Hierdin, Mar Del, Kail Shin, Nakurik, Bahui, Nur, Kum, and Stolam, and Lewis Palak, is Shin, Navakan, Ganji and Ferrag, and Stolam, and Bahui, Snakamin, Marchak, Gugele, not Krishna Gil, not good Charles, down and out. The Gaelic, the Hia, you, Viking at a Slav, Van, Sin, Bal, Buya, is good Tukin, Goron, Anal, Agale, Chief. So it means, interesting enough, he chose to call this in English sheep, even though Balabati means in the quiet morning. So he's saying, in the still morning, the surface of the land was flat. The wind had died down, its rumbling and thrusting drowned under the whiteness. Each snowflake at rest, set in its soft fabric like a white blanket. We had lost the sheep that were out on the moor when that storm unloaded its burden, and we spent the morning desperately seeking them. A storm came over my country, a fine, deadly, smothering snow. Though it is white, do not believe in its whiteness. Do not set your trust in a shroud. My heart would rejoice were I to see on that white plain a yellow spot. understand that the breath of the gale was coming to the surface. So what do you hear from that? His first verse is talking about losing sheep in the storm and going out looking for them. The second verse, he says, a storm came over my country, and it was a smothering veil. You know, even though it's beautiful, don't believe in the beauty. You know, I would like to see one small yellow spot on that surface, know the breath of the gale was coming up. So what do you kind of think he's talking about? He's comparing the snow where he lost the sheep to the language that was lost into the smothering, you know, the smothering thing. So here, this is his really Chumash talking about the loss of language. And we switch over to
stage. We have fire in your glen. Also, if you want to get in on the raffle, please make your way over to the hospitality tent and purchase your tickets. We'll be drawing at 3 o'clock, so win one of those great prizes. Also, the committee would like to thank some of our sponsors, the Ancient Order of the Croaking Frog, Robert R. Hall, and Sharon H. Penn.
So it looks like they're doing like a circuit of the events here in the Highland Games. They take their turns doing all that around.
Snyder and Island Separate Services, Maple Hawk Dairy Store, Tanglewood Golf Course, Pilgrim's Oak Golf Course, Warrenville Fire Company, Bart Fire Company.
Tell you what, that third one ends. Have you looked?
For your support.
What the fourth one ends on? Second one for the Oh yeah, you go pick it up. Just one end of it. Pick that up. Just one end of it. Look how big you can pick that end. The whole tree.
I drive past
Couldn't get it to tumble over. Had a good running start though. Sorry for the language there. Flip it. Oh! She got it. The last second. That was good. She flipped over the caber. Well, I had the height, just didn't have enough to get it over.
Let's go, baby. Finish your pull. You look pretty doing it. But you're slowing down.
Yeah.
You're slowing down.
You gotta keep this driving.
Well, like when you get here, you start and you just slow down. You're not.
I'm usually tired. I'm kind of tired by that point.
Oh, come on.
Don't you think?
No. You're from Texas. You don't get tired.
Pull.
One less swing. The risk for me, unfortunately, is falling a couple times. Come on, Russ.
It's a little harder than you think. It's not as easy as you think to get that bail over there.
Big pull. All right. You're about a foot under, baby. No, don't shake your head. Clear in the water. So it's what here's a bit of true history. So this is the only event. So the story goes, there were a couple of athletes that were sitting around the band and were talking, oh, yeah, what else we got? One athlete said to the other, hey, look you, we used to hit you. So at first they decided,
Oh, it's like 21 feet, it looks like they were going for.
And there was a gentleman.
Hey, you got the first one over. You got it. That's what I was waiting for.
Afternoon entertainment. We're going to be doing a mix of Scottish and Irish and other stuff music. So we hope you don't mind the blend. We're going to do a set of jigs for you now. It's going to be 2 Irish tunes, 1 Scottish tune, and 1 Cape Breton tune, which is close enough to be Scottish. So anyway, this is the Road to Lisdoonvarna set. We encourage people to get up and dance. The dance grass is wide open. If you don't want to dance, then clap your hands, stomp your feet, hoot and holler. Make this a Covenanter hoopla. And by the way, when we're singing songs, please feel free to sing along if you know the words. And if you don't know the words, please feel free to sing along. We're not going to notice. Nice spooning over there. This next song comes to us from Dublin, which is not that far from Scotland. And it's a song about a man who worked on the ferry boat that crossed the River Liffey until he lost his job and his livelihood, presumably because somebody built a bridge and the ferry shut down. So this is called The Ferryman.
the little boats are gone from the breast of Anna Liffey. The ferryman is stranded on the quay. Sure, the Dublin docks are dying, and a way of life is gone. And Molly, it was part of you and me. Where the strawberry beds sweep down to the Liffey, you kissed away the worries from my brow. I loved you well today, and I'll love you more tomorrow. If you ever loved me, Molly, love me now. 'Twas the only job I knew. It was hard but never lonely. The Liffey ferry made a man of me. And it's gone without a whisper, all forgotten even now. Sure, it's over, Molly, over, can't you see? Where the strawberry beds sweep down to the Liffey, you kissed away the worries from my brow. I loved you well today, and I'll love you more tomorrow. If you ever loved me, Molly, love me now. Well, now my work is over, I'll spend my days roving, and I'll hear them whisper, Charlie's on the dole. Charlie's on the dole! But Molly, we're still living, and my God, we're still young. And that river never rolled my heart and soul. Where the strawberry beds sweep down to the Liffey, you kissed away the worries from my brow. I loved you well today, and I'll love you more tomorrow. If you ever loved me, Molly, love me now. Where the strawberry beds sweep down to the Liffey, you kissed away the worries from my brow. I loved you well today, and I'll love you more tomorrow. If you ever loved me, Molly, love me now. If you ever loved me, Molly, love me now. If you ever loved me, Molly, love me now. Anski smilming, boing reinig, Anski smilming, boing reinig doen. Stryke vabel hins miljoenen, als ik launen hör, Geist kosher bin andore, schijnt so volle glor. Am skis mir hin, boing reinig, am skis mir hin, boing reinig doen. Onom peitschin you a chin, brewing on a door. Ak mit chicken shagam shirek, chimera here is darkest. Ani skis me hin, boing reinig, Ani skis me hin, boing reinig.
So she's using those same commands you heard her using on Cindy to demonstrate how she gets the dog to go clockwise and counterclockwise. Now notice how fast she blew that whistle. Fast whistle says go fast. The dogs respond to our tempo of our commands or our whistle. 5 points for the pencil job, 5 points for that barrel. Back that, wrong way around. Now got to do it the right way. Because you got 10 points so far.
center barrel. Now she called Ona to her to get her between the sheep and the pen because they wanted to stick to the pen. Up. Good. Watch, not too much. Oh, that was close. So she's got 15 points. Around that barrel on the clockwise up to the top of the right. Oh, she took the wrong command. Oh, you gave her the wrong command. Good job. So let's go around that barrel up to the top right. You got the center barrel, you need the one on the right. Oh, you gave her the wrong command again, didn't you? All right, so you did the center barrel again, counterclockwise. Now this barrel on the right, clockwise. There, got that one. Now put them in the pen. There, good job. She got all 25 points. I didn't put a timer on her, so I don't know how she did time-wise, but she got it done. All right, are you going to put them away? Or leave them there? You can leave them there. All right, I'm going to get Erin out, and we're going to do ducks next.
Good afternoon, everyone. Gene Sheniger again and Chloe Scott. We've seen you 3 other times today. What we're going to do for our last show here is we're going to do both sheep and ducks. So Chloe's going to work the sheep for you, and then I'm going to work the ducks for you. This is Erin over here with me. Chloe's got, is that Cindy? Yeah. That's Cindy. Cindy's a 5-year-old that Chloe got from a guy over in Ireland. And has been trialing her ever since, and has done well enough to have the Border Collie Handlers Association, which is our representation, has nominated Chloe to be one of the 3 junior members to represent the U.S. in the world trial that comes up in 2026. So she's gotten along in a very short time to the point where she's actually a professional handler. And so what she's going to start with is to show you what is genetically in these dogs. And you'll see it when I'm working Erin, and you'll see it when she's working Una next. So why don't you just let her go clockwise. So Chloe's going to move her position, and Cindy's going to go clockwise. No words, just go by, because you see these dogs are gathering dogs. They want to bring the sheep to you. So Cindy will always be going to the point opposite the sheep in order to bring them to Chloe. And you'll see that when you see Erin, it'll be the same deal. Erin will be trying to get the ducks to come to me in spite of what I might want them to do. Yeah. And they often have their own idea of what is next. So there's anti-clockwise. And now there's clockwise, simply because Chloe's changed position. Now get her to stop. Now line everything up and the dog stops. And that's a stand. Now walk towards her, take a step towards her. On the line. And there's a lie down. All through the actions of her movements. Not any words that she said. So once we know, we can get the dog to lie down, have her walk up on the sheep, back up on the sheep and have her walk up. There's a walk up. So 5 different actions that you saw simply by Chloe placing herself in the right spot. There's anti-clockwise, There's a lie down. There's clockwise. And stand and back up and have a walk up. And there's a walk up. So 5 separate actions, all without a word. Now, we sometimes have to use our corrections if the dog is coming in too tight, or if the dog wants to come in and bite the sheep. We have to tell the dog that they can't do that. So now Chloe stands still and tell her to go clockwise verbally. So all she did was say come by. And by come by, she means clockwise. Now lie down. Lie down. And away. Away, away, you hear her, away. Now stand. Stand. And a walk up. Good. Now use your whistle to go clockwise. Whistle to lie down. Whistle to go anti-clockwise. So we use both voice and whistles. Stand, whistle. Walk up, whistle. Good. All right, let's change dogs. Now, so we can, these dogs learn, just in herding alone, these dogs learn, yeah, see her hand, folks. She did good. Cindy did good. Just in herding alone, they learn 25 different commands. So they learn 25 verbal commands. They also learn the whistle equivalent to those 25 commands. And I can work 3 dogs at once with 3 separate sets of whistles. And so the dogs, not only do they know, Aaron, that'll do. And he's not working. Aaron. And he's not working, he wants to play. And he'll play with anything, bottles and frisbees and toys and you know it. So I can work 3 different dogs on whistles, and so not only do they know Aaron, he's not going to stick around if I'm talking and not paying attention to him. All right, so my 3 dog scenario. I work 3 dogs, and not only do they know their own 25 commands, whistle commands, but they also know not to move on the other 2 sets of whistles. Like so. Now, these are Indian runner ducks, so they don't fly, so they weren't going to go over that jump. They went under it. So you see, Aaron is, at least he's better this time than he was the last time. And because last time he was wild and not stopping when I told him and not flanking when I told him. Tempo of the whistle determines the tempo of the dog. So if I want him to go fast,
but I don't want you jumping up real quick and with me back.
I want him to go slow. So now I'm going to take over this jump here, which is a little bit easier.
Well, after a fashion got him, one of my students, or former student, because she moved to Tennessee, was an agility instructor. So she said, hey, let me put agility equipment for you. So she built this stuff for me. So I'm going to take these nuts through the weave folds first. For those who do agility, you'll recognize weave folds. Wait.
I think you dropped it in front of our tent. I took it over back to the McGregor tent.
Thank you very much. We'll go over then. That's right, McGregor. Thank you.
Nope, I missed that one, so I'm going to do it again. Right down, like so. Now, I'm going to go through the tire. Now, they were almost going through the tire by themselves. Aaron. All right, again. Aaron. Hey. There. Not going after a while. Aaron, come down. Now the tunnel. Sometimes tunnel is hard because it's dark in there. They may not want to be in there. Like so. These are Indian runner ducks, so they don't fly, so they weren't going to go over that jump. They went under it. So you see, Aaron is, at least he's better this time than he was the last time. And because last time he was wild and not stopping when I told him and not flanking when I told him. Tempo of the whistle determines the tempo of the dog. So if I want him to go fast,
but I don't want you jumping up real quick with me back.
I want him to go slow. So now I'm going to take over this jump here, which is a little bit easier. Well, after fashion got him, one of my students, or former student until she moved to Tennessee, was an agility instructor. So she said, hey, let me put agility equipment for you. So she built this stuff for me. So I'm going to take these ducks through the weave folds first. For those who do agility, you'll recognize weave folds. Wait.
Thank you very much. We'll go over then. That's right, McGregor. Thank you. People taking notes.
Nope, I missed that one, so I'm going to do it again. Lie down, like so. Now, I'm going to go through the tire. Now, they were almost going through the tire by themselves.
Well, we have church in the morning, which I probably was in the church.
Aaron. There it again. Aaron. Hey. There. Not for him for a while. Aaron, cut it out. Now the tunnel. Sometimes tunnel is hard because it's dark in there. They may not want to be in there. That one was easier. Sometimes harder to get back to the crate at the end. So we'll take you back over to the crate. Aaron? Lie down. Lie down. Lie down. Lie down. There. All right, there's Aaron, out of control. Now, to be fair, I haven't worked Aaron in probably 6 months because Terry's been preparing him for the finals. She has Aaron qualified to go to California, which is the national finals this year. And so she's been running him, and I haven't run him at all. The last time I ran him was at a demo in March. So he hasn't run, I haven't worked with him at all since then. And well, Terry's been working him. And so anyway, there's our border collies, and thank you all, and I've enjoyed being here. Hope you enjoyed the show. And any questions, we'll be over here. Chloe will be able to answer questions for you. So will I.
For the Scottish Gaelic School of Baltimore, and you are about to get hands-on into a very deep and old Scottish tradition called walking the cloth. So, raise your hand if you have seen Outlander Season 1 specifically. Season 1. Okay. So all of there's no way he saw Outlander. There's no way he saw Outlander. Although you don't know what happens outside of your home, so you know, there you go. But at any rate. So you guys have seen this probably in that particular episode where Claire is going around with her boyfriend Jamie to collect tax rents, and they come upon one particular abode where they're sitting at a table and they're pounding the cloth. That's exactly what we're going to do here. Walking the cloth is the last step in the textile process of making clothing. So before it was industrialized, all of this had to be done by hand. And there were many, many steps that went to producing a piece of cloth like this. So obviously the first thing you got to do is buy some sheep. You can't have wool clothing without wool. So owning the sheep is the first process. Yeah, there they are over there. We're not going to go cut the sheep shearing right now. Okay, but so you get the sheep, and then when their fur grows out, you shave it off, and then you have to dye it if you're going to use particular colors. So yes, there are songs for dyeing the wool. There's also songs for shearing the wool. Then you have to spin it into threads. And the weavers that are now packing up over there, they all had good demonstrations of that going on. There are spinning songs, a couple of which I know. After they spin it into thread, then they have to weave it on the loom. And there are weaving songs on the loom that we know about. But as the cloth came off of the loom, it was not finished. At that point, it's got one more step to go through, which is this. So if you were to hold up a piece of cloth that comes right off the loom to like a light, you would be able to see the light right through the fibers. So the fibers are still not really tight. This process closes up the fibers, makes the wool look as tightly knit as you can see it, and it also cleans out all of the sheep wool and contaminants that are still within it. Okay? And the substance of choice to do this, we would now call today ammonia. If anybody's ever opened a bottle of ammonia, you know that it's disgusting. You open it up and your nose is completely destroyed. Oh my God, what is that stuff? All right, we are not going to do that, nor are we going to do the natural source for ammonia. If you've all seen Outlander, you know what that is.
Urine!
Yeah, we'll call it pee-pee because we're adults here. So yes, human pee-pee, when it sits in a bucket for a while, distills down into natural ammonia, which is why it has that crazy smell after it's been sitting around for a while. So there was a scene where Claire gets to squat over the bucket and provide some natural ammonia for the session. What the show does not show is that they immediately used it right away. That would never happen. It's still not ammonia. So it has to sit for a day or so before it becomes ammonia. But it was considered an honor to be chosen to contribute to the bucket. Believe it or not, yes, it's a serious thing. Okay? You know, we're talking about the Highlands of Scotland here. These people did not have a lot of money. This is what they had on hand. Ammonia as a chemical product is extremely expensive, very hard to get back in the day, so they had to do it this way. All right, when the cloth comes off the loom, it is a solid yard wide, as you can kind of see here from my sample cloth, and it is anywhere from 7 to 9 yards long. And you have to soak that ammonia completely into this cloth, and then you have to bang it and push it around to work it in order to finish this process off, or you get a kilt that will literally fall apart while it's being worn. Okay, so this is zero fun work, literally zero fun work. So to make it endurable, it became a party. That's right, I just said it became an ammonia party. So, as soon as someone pulled their cloth off of the loom, this was usually the woman's work, 99.9% of this was women's work. They pulled the cloth off of the loom, word would go around in the village, she's finished with the cloth, there's gonna be a lug, a walking session soon, and everybody got really excited because they knew there was gonna be a big, huge to-do. So they would all gather on the appointed day to do this job so that everyone could help this poor person who now has 9 yards of cloth to soak in ammonia so they could do it quickly. And even then, with everybody's hands on deck, it was a 2 to 4 hour job to get this complete. So to make the job go by much more smoothly and to combine all the efforts, they sang songs. Just like they're doing right now on that stage over there with those piratey songs.
Let's sing louder than that.
Well, I'm mic'd, so there you go. So everybody's banging together in unison to really work it in, yep. And the singing the songs was a lot of fun. And the songs themselves were usually some sort of gossip about either the local area or the government or any. The subject matter ranged very, very widely. So there are songs about historical events like going on to the Napoleonic Wars. There's songs about getting drafted into the army. There's songs about my unrequited love to this particular individual. There's songs that diss the other clan 1 mile over and make fun of them. And then of course there's going to be the response song to that flighting, as it's called, that comes back down the Kaylee Trail to that insult song. So it ranged very widely, and the people who were usually in charge of this were actual artists, and often they made up these songs right on the spot while they were pounding the cloth. And believe it or not, the people who were participating, equally good at this, would hear it in like one sitting and learn it. And then at the next walking session, if it was particularly enjoyable, somebody would say, let's sing that new song, and then out it comes. So it was a very oral tradition, and their memory was very astounding. Now, of course, this whole tradition kind of came to a close once industrialization got up north, and they stopped doing it. But when the Scots immigrated over to Canada, in particular Nova Scotia, the culture over there remembered this particular activity, and they wanted to revive it. But the women weren't doing this anymore, because it was all coming off of machines. So it was the men who revived it in Nova Scotia in the late 1800s, and they call it a milling frolic. And they're doing what we're going to do today. They would get some, tattered piece of cloth. Doesn't really matter how hard you pound it. It's true for this cloth too. Feel free to bang it away. I'm not worried about it, okay? And they just sing the songs in remembrance. So we also have a tradition of Nova Scotia songs that are from the male point of view as opposed to the female point of view. So it's interesting how it kind of like changes over time. Okay, now I'm done with my lecture. First, so when you pound the cloth, what you're going to need to do is there's two versions of this. You can either scrunch up a bunch of cloth underneath your knuckles like this, so that when you hit the table, it doesn't hurt your knuckles. Right? So you do want to gather a good bit so you got some nice padding, right? So that you can hit it, you don't have to worry about it. If you don't like that, or you don't like the way it feels on your knuckles, you can flatten your hand out when you make contact with the table. And this is actually the real technique, because then we're also going to push it in like this into the center. And that's the part that really works the ammonia into the cloth. So there's two motions, 4 if you count the lift and the drop. Okay? So beat 1 is a slap and you push in. And then beat 2 of this is going to be another lift right where you are, slap, and then pull back towards you. So it's lift, drop, push in, lift, drop, pull out. 1 and 2 and 1, lift, 2, lift, 1, lift, 2, lift, 1, lift, 2, lift, 1, lift, 2, lift. That's it. And you can hear it has a rhythmic thump to it that accompanies the song. So this is the percussion effect for the tune. Good. Let's get it a little faster. 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and good. Okay, now we are not actually working in the ammonia. If we were working in the ammonia, we would really have to shoulder this in like you're kneading dough, but we're not going to do that. So when you push it in, you don't have to be real tough with it. However, do create the drag, because it creates some space between the first beat and the second beat. So you're not going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. It's not going to be like that. I'm going to die up here if you go that fast. So it's 1, 2, 1, 2. So you drag in and out. Let's try it. Ready? Go. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. That's it. Done. Good. That's exactly right. There is a second element where they would actually pass the cloth along. We'll talk about that at the end of class. We're not going to do that. That's slightly more advanced and it's more difficult to do. So let's get to the words. So in these sessions, there's a song leader, who will be me in this case, and everybody else is the chorus. So the only thing you're responsible for is the chorus. So I'm going to teach you the chorus, which is all of 3 lines long. And you will sing the chorus after every verse that I sing. I'll also sing the chorus with you. The first line and the third line are exactly the same, so you really only need to learn 2 lines. So the first line is oh he, hokey o, oh he, hokey o,
oh he, hokey o.
There's your first line and second line. And what does it mean? Oh he, hokey o. It's vocables. It doesn't mean anything. It's the Gallic equivalent of fa la 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 la. Okay, so it's just noises. All right. Second line, avorak, sna, horo, yowli, avorak, sna, horo, yowli, avorak, sna, horo, yowli. That's the middle line, so that's the hard one. You just did it. Okay, and then the third line, same as the first, oh he, hokey, o.
Oh he, hokey o.
There you go. Let's put it all together from the top line. Ready? And oh he, hokey o. Avorak, sna, horo, yali. Oh he, hokey o. Let's try it again. Ready? Go. Oh he, hokey o. Avorak, sna, horo, yali. Oh he, hokey o. Good. If you mess it up, who cares? Right? But we're going to do this probably like 10 times, but by the time you get to the end, you'll probably have it down, okay? So it's not too big a deal. Now I'm going to teach you the music to it, the tune, or the phone, as they call it in Scottish Gaelic, the melody. If you can do it, great. If you're kind of good at singing and you can get kind of close to it, great. If you can't carry a tune in a bucket, recite the words in rhythm. That would be awesome. Being able to sing is not mandatory. It's the participation that really counts and being able to keep the beat that you really need to do. Okay? So don't worry if you're not singing like Pavarotti. This is not Carnegie Hall. We're not that concerned about it. Okay? So, oh he hokey o. Let me sing it again. Oh he hokey o. Yep. Avorax na horo yali. So it goes down there. Avorax na horo yali. Oh he hokey o. Oh he hokey o. Yep, so O at the end goes up. So let's put it together. Oh he hokey o. Avorax na horo yali. Oh he hokey o. That's it. One more time. Oh he hokey o. Avorax na horo yali. Oh he hokey o. There it is. And if that sounds familiar to it, Clonard, the really famous Irish group from the 70s and the 80s, they recorded this tune. And they did learn it in Scotland, so no joke. They're Northern Irish. They're so close to Scottish. As close to Scottish. As close to Scottish. All right, so it's really easy. So you're going to sing that. Oh he hokey o avorax na horo yali. Oh he hokey o. And then I'm going to sing the verse, which goes smoola ha mi dogan try a boon fame. Oh he hokey o avorax na horo yali. Oh he hokey o. That's it. And then you just respond like that after every verse. Are we ready? Are we ready? Bonesaw is ready. I'm sorry. Man, I really went down deep in that one. All right. You can call that wrestling or the Spider-Man movie, whichever one you want to quote it from. Okay, here we go. I'm going to hold my mic here so I can hold my phone without it disappearing. Okay, let's get it going. Ready? Nope. Sorry, that's better. All right, ready? And. Oh he hokey o avorax na horo yali. Oh he hokey. Now my turn. Smoola dog ha me dolgan try of one famet. Oh he hockey oh, oh yali oh he hockey oh. Dolgan tries kun mi ologs kun gien och ekpalo. Oh he hockey oh, oh yali oh he hockey oh. Dolgan try of one the budiks nach eich mi mogul gadeb. Oh he hockey oh, oh yali oh he hockey oh. Gabaun en taai baas na monra chur mi jola ser molenen. Oh he hockey oh, oh yali oh he hockey oh. Kalpa kring na stokken van a jirige been hars kunano. Oh he hockey oh, oh yali oh he hockey oh. Jeg tu ganne been ik betom of roel gunne balla. Oh he hockey oh, yali oh he hockey oh. Let us kunna let our good doyen school and yenu. Oh he hockey oh, yali oh he repeat the song. Oh he hockey oh, yali oh he hockey oh. There you go. That's it. Now, if you're curious about what that means,
Mandu.
Say it 3 times, right? Then you say hirioro.
Hirioro.
Then you say that plus hey mandu together. Hey mandu hirioro.
Hey mandu hirioro.
And then you're gonna add on to that horo huo.
Horo huo.
Yep. So that last one is hey mandu hirioro horo huo. Hey mandu hirioro horo huo. That's the longest it gets. The rest of it is all these little one-word responses. Okay, so those hey mandus, that three one. You're gonna say hey mandu, and then I'm gonna say strud nach chickug, and then you're gonna say hey mandu, shitkamiri, hey mandu, gilius licher, hirioro, erkes gielish, and then the long one. Hey mandu hirioro horo. So that's how it's woven in. Okay, this is a very popular one. A lot of groups have recorded this song. It's so much fun to do. All right, here's the words. Hey mandu,
hey mandu,
hey mandu,
hey mandu,
hey mandu,
hey mandu,
hirioro,
hirioro,
hey mandu, hirioro, horo huo, hey mandu, hirioro, horo huo. So that last one's a little lower than those single one responses, right? All right, so let's try that one more time before we add the banging, okay? So ready, and hey mandu, not chickug. Hey mandu, shitkamiri. Hey mandu, gies licher hirioro, efes gielish. Hey mandu, hirioro, horo huo. That's it, and it keeps going like that. So we're blue in the face, or we die of exhaustion or heat stroke or whatever comes first. Yay! Yay! Oh yes. Recorded by a lot of people, and if you've ever listened to like Thistle and Shamrock, that Celtic radio show that came out of North Carolina for a while on PBS, they played this one a lot. Okay, so let's try it with the banging. Just a little bit of it to get used to it. So, for those people who are new, you're going to lift. Remember, grab a good bunch of cloth underneath. You're going to use your knuckles. If not, then make sure you lay your hand out to slap it flat. Okay? So it's up, hit, push it in, up, hit, pull it out. Hit, in, hit, and out. Hit, in, hit, out. Hit, in, hit, out. Hit, in, hit, out. Hit, in, hit, out. Hey, this is too slow. Let's go faster. Ready, and go, and 1, and 2, and a little quicker. Hey, mandu. That's how it goes. Hey, mandu. Good. Do it again. Hey, mandu. And the hirioro. Hirioro. And then the really long one. Hey mandu hirioro horo. Well, that's the combination, okay? All right, here we go.
I can only do it with one hand because I'm filming.
We are not going to sing this entire tune because it is
This is
literally
like the
25 verses long.
A little
All right.
harder.
Are you ready? Here we
I didn't do it
One,
two-handed.
two, ready, and 1, 2. But it's about being drafted into the Army, okay? And this is from a long time ago because they talk about sailing to the West Indies in this song. So that would be the Caribbean islands at the time. So we're approximately dating this somewhere in the late 1700s to maybe the early 1800s. And in it, it's told from the point of view of the guy going onto the boat to sail over, and then the weather turns foul and there's a downpour and he's stuck on deck and his kilt is soaked in the downpour. My kilt is soaked from the downpour. And then it gets destroyed by the lads in the boat. And then they're in this strange land where there's these birds and there's like nobody living here, and he starts thinking about home, and then there's some praise poetry about home. So it's an interesting tune, but it's got a very rousing melody to it. The chorus is three lines. Again, line 1, line 3 the same. So here's the first one. Ha, mo, vraken. Ha, mo, vraken. That's an old Gaelic word for kilt. Vraken, which means not pleated, but spotted or striped. Okay. So ha, mo, vraken, vlug. Van Gila. Vlug van Gila. Hamelvraken. Vlug van Gila. Hamelvraken van Gila. There you go. That's the first and the third line. Middle line. Ganut. Meech. Maar. Hi. Ganut Meech. Maar hi. Ganut Meech. Maar hi. Hamelvraken van Gila. There it is. Okay, and you'll notice that Ganut bit has like a little bit of a pickup just before the beat. So Hamelvraken van Gila. Ganut Meech. Maar hi. So it's important to kind of grab that timing. Let's try the whole chorus together. Ready? And Hamelvraken van Gila. Ganut Meech. Maar hi. Hamelvraken van Gila. That's it. All right, now here's the tune. Hamelvraken van Gila. Ganut Meech. Maar hi. Hamelvraken van Gila. And again, the melody's the same in the first and the third line. It goes up. Okay? So, Hamelvraken van Gila. Ganut Meech. Maar hi. Hamelvraken van Gila. Not too bad. Let's put it all together. Ready? And Hamelvraken van Gila. Ganut Meech. Maar hi. Hamelvraken van Gila. There it is. And I'm being recorded. He's been walking around recording all day long. You're going to have loads of footage. I told you it would be good. All right. Let's try pounding and singing the chorus before we do the whole tune. So grab your cloth. 1, 2, ready? Pound. Boom. 1, 2, ready? Sing.
Hamelvraken van Gila.
That's right. You can do it one-handed. That's okay. I'm doing it one-handed because I got to hold the phone so I can read the bloody words and cheat. All right, let's do the whole tune. Ready? Chorus.
Hamelvraken van Gila. Ganut Meech. Maar hi. Hamelvraken van Gila. Hamelvraken van Gila. Hamelvraken van Gila. Ganut Meech. Maar hi. Hamelvraken van Gila. Hamelvraken van Gila.
I just sang that. Meech. Maar hi. Hamelvraken van Gila. Hamelvraken in de Geknagien onze water, Hamelvraken van Gila. Ganut Meech. Maar hi. Hamelvraken van Gila. Be me a mother gestolen jolle. Kanaal neem jolle sahami. Hamelvraken van Gila. Ganut Meech. Maar hi. Hamelvraken Dola yelen en ien I Karov den je revet Habel hamo brekken Van Gila Nish mara hai hamo brekken Van Gila Dola yelen en ien Dua Hadi misuva Nol swan out hamo brekken Van Gila Nish mara hai hamo brekken Van Gila Hermo horido ben Urken Baden Romeo Ken Maro hamo brekken Van Gila Nish mara hai hamo brekken Van Gila Sorry ella doglen Urken Badel na pula man in alin hamo brekken Van Gila Nish mara hai hamo brekken Van Gila Arm bina kruga hoya Kemokna ho hunna hari hamo brekken Van Gila Nish mara hai hamo brekken Van Gila Arm bina basen Erik Riksen linje vegan Pavok hamo brekken Van Gila Nish mara hai hamo brekken Van Gila Hamo Karsten Hannen Gröna Monnen Dur mig kåte Scarlet hamo brekken Van Gila Nish mara hai hamo brekken Repeat this hamo brekken Van Gila Nish mara hai hamo brekken Van Gila. There we go, yeah! But it's about being drafted into the army, okay? And this is from a long time ago because they talk about sailing to the West Indies in this song. So that would be the Caribbean islands at the time. So we're approximately dating this somewhere in the 1700s, the late 1700s to maybe the early 1800s. And in it, it's told from the point of view of the guy going onto the boat to sail over, and then the weather turns foul and there's a downpour and he's stuck on deck and his kilt is soaked in the downpour. Hamo vrekken vloek van Gila. My kilt is soaked from the downpour. And then it gets destroyed by the lads in the boat. And then they're in this strange land where there's these birds and there's like nobody living here, and he starts thinking about home, and then there's some praise poetry about home. So it's an interesting tune, but it's got a very rousing melody to it. The chorus is three lines. Again, line 1, line 3 the same. So here's the first one. Ha, mo, vrekken. Ha, mo, vrekken. That's an old Gaelic word for kilt. Brekken, which means not pleated, but spotted or striped. Okay. So ha, mo, vrekken, vloeg. Van Gila. Vloeg van Gila. Hamo vrekken. Vloeg van Gila. Hamo vrekken. Van Gila. There you go. That's the first and the third line. Middle line. Chanut. Miij. Maar. Hai. Chanut Miij. Maar hai. Chanut Miij. Maar hai. Hamo vrekken van Gila. There it is. Okay, and you'll notice that chanut bit has like a little bit of a pickup just before the beat. So hamo vrekken van Gila. Chanut Miij. Maar hai. So it's important to kind of grab that timing. Let's try the whole chorus together. Ready? And hamo vrekken van Gila. Chanut Miij. Maar hai. Hamo vrekken van Gila. That's it. All right, now here's the tune. Hamo vrekken van Gila. Chanut Miij. Maar hai. Hamo vrekken van Gila. And again, the melody is the same in the first and the third line. It goes up. Okay? So, hamo vrekken van Gila. Hamo vrekken van Gila. Chanut Miij. Maar hai. Hamo vrekken van Gila. Not too bad. Let's put it all together. Ready? And hamo vrekken van Gila. Chanut Miij. Maar hai. Hamo vrekken van Gila. There it is. And I'm being recorded. He's been walking around recording all day long. You're going to have loads of footage. I told you it would be good. All right. Let's try pounding and singing the chorus before we do the whole tune. So grab your cloth. 1, 2, ready? Pound. 1, 2, 3, sing.
Goes out to group from Villa, every day this I'm about to book from Villa.
You can do it one-handed, that's okay. I'm doing it one-handed because I gotta hold the phone so I can read the bloody words and cheat. Alright, let's do the whole tune. Ready? Chorus.
I'm about to book from Villa, I'm about to book from Villa, I'm about to book from Villa. I'm a black and blue Angela, I'm a black and blue Angela, I'm a black and blue
Come with me, cool, so it's a marrow. I'm a black and blue Angela. I just sang that. I'm a black and blue Angela, I'm a black and the big egg on Sabata. I'm a black and blue Angela, I'm a black and blue Angela. Be me a marrow, cause all of y'all look how now, them y'all Sahami. I'm a black and blue Angela, I'm a black and blue Angela. Dola yelling and the Haro, the new river Tabal. I'm a black and blue Angela, I'm a black and blue Angela. Dola yelling and the Happy me suva no swan out. I'm a black and blue Angela, I'm a black and blue Angela. Mo horido glen, can bottom Romeo can maro. I'm a black and blue Angela, I'm a black and blue Angela. Sorry, ella do glen, can bottom the pool of man in Alvin. I'm a black and blue Angela, I'm a black and blue Angela. Arambina kruga hoya, kimokna ho unahari. I'm a black and blue Angela, I'm a black and blue Angela. Arambina basin iri griksen linje pegan pavok. I'm a black and blue Angela, I'm a black and blue Angela. I'm a Karsten Hannen grün monnen dur mig kåte scarlet. I'm a black and blue Angela, I'm a black and repeat this. I'm a black and blue Angela, I'm a black and blue Angela. There we go, yeah.
So I hope you enjoyed your time here with me at the Covenanter Scottish Festival. And I hope you enjoyed your day with me as well, and checking out all the events here that happened today, from the Highland Games to groups playing, like one is playing in the background right now. And again, I hope you enjoyed your time here with me. And as always, if you enjoyed this type of content, please consider like, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. And as always, I'll see you at the next location.